So good afternoon, March the 31st, 2014. This is CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life. Today is day number 14 and week number 8. So let's get started. Well, if you are hearing some sounds like this, I guess it's because of the rain. It has indirectly influenced the systems here, and the system continues to trigger its alarm. A little bit interesting. But anyway, this is week number 8. If you look at the title of this week, this is the very first week of our third learning contract. And this learning contract is problem-based learning. Unfortunately, I have not received your message yet, which pair you want to be merged with your pair to form a team, okay? So, have you made up your decisions yet? If so, please make sure you let me know today. Now, we're going to go into the message of this week, which was released yesterday, early morning. So, let's go to the message first. That is the message, okay? In this message, it tells you officially we have ended the second learning contract, although the submission time for the second learning contract artifact is after this Friday, okay? So, if you look at this message this week for the third learning contract, officially we're stepping into problem-based learning. Now, in order to carry out problem-based learning, you need to have a team, okay? And your team must be formed, no battery, I'm sorry. And your team must be formed by combining two pairs, okay? And the two pair must be 1 2 persons, 1 3 persons, or 2 2 persons pair. And we do not allow 2 3 person pair, okay? And the contents of these third learning contract, as you can discover in our learning syllabus, is 1 2 3 4 5. First of all, the work you're going to get into in this third learning contract will help you think practically and be able to analyze the problem and solve the problem for yourself. Of course, we're talking about some kind of problem which is manageable at this level of your study, not something as complicated as a problem which goes beyond this course. Okay, the second thing is, normally you did it already in the second and the first learning contract, is to look for, evaluate, and use appropriate learning resources, okay? And the third is very important. For your pair work, you now have to go into teamwork, which contains 2 pairs. So you need to work cooperatively in small groups, in teams, okay? And you need to learn how to communicate with your pair member, as well as the team members, speaking to them, writing to them, okay? Using whatever resources you have to make sure you keep them in touch to get the job done. And in the process of doing that, you're using the content knowledge in this course, the reading list of week number 8, week number 9, and week number 10. And the skills which you have built in the first learning contract, which is asking one question using the OIA format and managing your time within the specific goals you want to accomplish in this learning contract. And we call this problem-based learning experience because it is basically started from a problem you choose to where do you got the problem. Well, in this particular learning contract, particularly when you look at these 2 points here, I help you understand where you should get your problem. Because from your first learning contract, each one of you in your pair have already submitted a personal proposal. And that means in your table of one team which contains 2 pairs, you must have at least 4 individual proposals. Each one of these proposals represents one problem you want to work with. And then from learning contract number 2, when you finish submitting your artifacts by this Friday, each pair is going to have one proposal called pair proposal. And so, in your team of 2 pairs, you have 2 pair proposals. which added to the 4 individual proposals, you have 6 proposals to choose from. So the question is, out of the 6 proposals in your team's table, once your team has been formed, how do you select one proposal, which is the problem you need to work on as your problem-based learning core? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? How you can find a problem? Because each team, when you have been formed, has 6 possible proposals, right? I've just given you the scenario. Now the question is, once you have this team formed, and you have these 6 proposals already on your table, how do you get one proposal that is the problem you need to work on? I have given you a very interesting walkthrough, and this walkthrough must be played in class when you join the table together as one team. And that is the table exercise you must go through, hopefully today. But the only concern I have is you may not have submit your peer proposal until this Friday. But you have at least 4 personal proposals on the table, because that is the proposal you submitted in the first learning contract. Remember that, right? Do you remember that? In the first learning contract, each one of you has submitted a personal proposal. Do you remember? So the first thing I want to help you accomplish today is I will give you 10 minutes time to talk among your peer members and to form your teams. And then once your team has been formed, you can sit together as a team in your table. Okay? And after that, I will guide you through the discussions of the selections of 1 from the 4. And when you have that 1 from the 4, the second class on Thursday, when you come back, hopefully you'll have your peer proposals ready. Then you will have 3 to select 1. Alright? So that is step number 1. You need to have a problem to get started with your learning contract number 3. And in order to get it started, you must bring back your personal proposals today. Do you remember your personal proposal submitted in the first learning contract? Okay? Then, what you need to do again in the third learning contract is to continue to learn something that is expected of you in the 3 weeks. Number 8, number 9, number 10. By going through the reading list. And again, this time, the advantage is, do you remember the advantage of doing a journal in the second learning contract compared to the first learning contract? In the second learning contract, you have to submit 1 week's journal out of week 5, or week 6, or week 7. But in each week's journal, you can share the number of topics with your learning partner. Do you remember that? Right? But in the first learning contract, you cannot share. If you select to submit week 1, week 2, week 3, or week 4, which week you want to submit, you have to do it all by yourself, right? Now, in the third learning contract, since you have a team, so much better. So much better, what does it mean? You can share 1 week's journal among your team members, okay? That means our week 8, week 9, and week 10, you also select 1 week's journal to submit. Now suppose you select week 7, and in week 7, you have 2 topics, but in your team, you have 4 members. That means what? 2 of the members can escape the difficulty of not doing journal. This is one possibility, but I highly discourage that, because in that case, you do not do anything. But in case if they're less than 4, the recommendation is 1 topic for 2 persons to work on. Okay? This is one way you can enhance the learning. If they're more than 4, easy, at least each member in the team will have 1 topic to work on. Or maybe at least at most 1 member will have 2 topics to work on, to divide the number of topics among the members. Okay? That means this is the kind of advantage of working as a team. And what about the discussion. What about the discussions? Well, in this week message, I did not elaborate on that, but the basic idea is just like in the second learning contract. What do you do in the second learning contract? We have 3 topics discussions, remember? 1 topic, each person must select from each week. Okay, so 1 from week 5, 1 from week 6, 1 from week 7. Now in this particular scenario of learning contract number 3, you also have 3 weeks. Okay? So in that case, what do we do? The advantage is this. Each pair in the team must select 1 topic from each week. But when I say each pair, it is no longer each individual, okay? That means if your pair have agreed to select 1 topic from week number 8, 1 topic from week number 9, and 1 topic from week number 10, it's up to the 2 persons in your pair to be designated who is the owner of the topic. Do you understand what is meant by the owner of the topic? Because in the past, if I have this topic, I will get my partner to discuss this topic with me. Okay? Then I will take this topic with me and present this as my discussion detail. Okay? Now in this particular case, if it's a pair, okay, no matter who owns the topic, the pair must submit the topic discussions. Just like in the second learning contract. You must submit 3 topic discussions, 1 from each week, just like in your second learning contract. But this time, the 2 of you should submit the same topic discussion detail, because you only have 3 topics, right? So in terms of discussions, it's much more collaborative. But since you have a team, right, which has 2 pairs, and if each pair is responsible for 1 topic each week, when you add up to the work of the other pair, so your team will have 6 topics together. Okay? Okay, 6 topics together. But your pair just have to submit your top 3 topics. That's what really done. So the amount of work is not more, but more selective. Okay? Between the 2 of you in your pair. And the topics selected by each pair in a team should not overlap. Do you understand the meaning? Should not overlap. So if you have Team A, which contains pair 1 and pair 2, okay? Pair 1's 3 topics should not overlap with any of pair 2's topic, the 3 topics. So if you understand that, everything is very consistent. Now that is something you have to do on top of this problem. In learning contract number 3, you have this extra problem to do. And this problem is the problem you must select out of the 4 individual proposals and 2 pair proposals. Okay? The 4 individual proposals come from the first learning contract. The 2 pair proposals come from the second learning contract. And you must spend time in class to nail down this problem from the 6. Okay? So do you understand the meaning of that? Wow, good. And the most exciting thing, once you understand that, is you have to do it in class. So, if you look at this message, actually, starting from today, look at the format of the class, alright? The format of the class starting from today for 30 weeks. Every class will come here. The 90 minutes class is divided into the first 10 minutes. As your teacher, I will do the briefing section. Who is going to share today what we are going to expect out of your work today, and how are you going to plan the time ahead for 3 weeks? Because by the end of this week is the first milestone for learning contract number 3. By the end of next week is the second milestone for learning contract number 3. And the week after next week is the last week. And so, after the first 10 minutes, you have the second 15 minutes. You work 15 minutes as a team to organize yourself for the briefing of that lessons. Each team will have at least 10 minutes, I guess, yes, 10 minutes time to brief the whole class in every class what you have been doing, okay? So that is the first 30 minutes to 40 minutes. It depends on how many teams we have. I guess we have 3 teams and at least maybe 3 or 4, okay? And then into the first half an hour, you will have each team continue to work for 30 or 20 minutes in your PBL work, and the last 5 minutes reserved for me to summarize what I discovered from each team. Now that is very much in-class teamwork, okay? And you have to learn how to do that beside the normal sharing, all right? So in that case, each team is expected to compose of the following roles. You must have a team coordinator, which is somewhat like the leader of the team. And then you must have a secretary, which is the secretary who will help keep track of what's going on in your team. You must have a team liaison who will help liaison with the other team so as to come up with an order of briefing sections in each class. And you must have an inspector on your team. The inspector is going to look into each member's work and remind him or her what he has to produce next time. And of course, you must have a timekeeper to make sure you're not overrunning your time in class. And so this will be a very interesting in-class teamwork exercise you need to get started with. And I believe you're about time to experience that, because I've been working with you for the first and second learning contract, and you're getting in touch with one another. Surely this is not a big problem. And so today, now I've already used up my first 10 minutes. So what are you supposed to do in the second 15 minutes? You need to go around the table and go around the room to look for your team member. Okay? So may I invite you now to exercise yourself. Talk among yourself in your table for not more than 5 minutes. We're now getting into the second 15 minutes now, and then you need to look for a team partner pair. I'm sorry, your member Nico is not here today, but it's all right. You're still representing your pair, okay? So now go ahead and talk among yourself. Which other team pair you want to look for in order to form a team, okay? That's very important. If you do not have a team, it's very hard for you to get started. Okay, so it's very important now. I'm not a matchmaker, but I have to facilitate the team formation. Okay? You see that, oh, this microphone works, right? So, thank you so much. All right, let me type some email and get some pad. make sure you spend 5 minutes time discussing with your peer member which particular peer you want to keep in touch to form a team, okay? And then you talk to the other peer. You have not more than 15 minutes. Now you've already spent almost close to 7 minutes. So go talk to the other peer member on the table, okay? They're talking with each other now, so we are forming a team formed with 2 pairs, and we have to get 7 pairs or 8 pairs. They double check. Because normally I would not do it at the very beginning. You need to do it first. Okay? Let me take attendance first. Kenny, you are here. Sarah, thank you. Kara, thank you. Joanna, thank you. Yossi, thank you. Lucky, yes. Sherry, thank you. Nicole, not here today. Lena, thank you. Vicky, not here today. Helen, not here today. Okay. Joanne, thank you. Winston, yes. And Kathy, thank you. And Cersei, yes. Wendy, thank you very much. So you're almost here except for 1 pair. Now let me go back to the pairs. So we have pair number 7. We do not have pair number 8. That means we are going to have 3 teams of 2 pairs with 1 pair left as 1 team. Okay. So we're going to have 3 teams of 2 pairs with 1 pair left as 1 team. So if that pair is 2-person pair, we prefer that pair to join one of the 3 teams. If that pair is 3-person pair, it's good enough for that pair to stand as 1 team. You see what I'm trying to tell you? So that is basically the way to do. So you still have 4 minutes time to tell me something more about this. You see, when you look at the teacher's message for today, I have actually reserved enough space here for 4 teams, and then we have to go up the pair numbers, okay? Yes! What can I do for you?
content, introductions, name, okay. So we need to write down which part first. When we same, then pick up the respective so you need to do the key first, because instead of the Microsoft Windows, because the purpose is for you to learn how to do things together. And it's only when you can copy from the back of the Microsoft. But maybe you just get used to the first learning function. So it's okay. You must have the third sections, okay? Because right. In that way, you can have to handle the content on top of it. Then you will have to on the back front. You can pick things up together. Form three comments in there. One for each. The end will want to write one place.
Okay, very good. So now may I ask you, do I have the first team with 2 pairs? Yes. Can you tell me for the first team which 2 pairs? I'm going to edit it now. So may I know which 2 pairs? So do you want to work together? Okay, what's the pair number? 4, right? And then what's the pair number of your team pair? 2, okay? So I got the first team 4. Wait, do you have 2 persons? Okay, that's all right. So what's the pair number? Number 7. Okay, so let me type a note here. So now, yes. Let me see how many students there? 2, right? 6. It's okay. Good. All right. So you now belong to team 01. So what about team 02? Amelia, what's your pair number? Do you remember? Okay, let me help you a little bit. Okay, Amelia, look at your name here. And then tell me from here your pair number. Is your name up there, right? Let's see.
Pair 1 and pair 6.
Pair 1 and pair 6.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So it's pair 1 and pair 6. Now, may I go to team number 3? CISG, which pair? Yeah. What's the pair number? What's the pair number? 3, right? 3. So CISG, look at here. Tell me your name and then look from this, your pair number. Okay? Have you seen the name now?
Yes.
This one, right? Pair 5, okay? So it's pair 3 and pair 5. So let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we do not have team number 4. Okay? So we do not have team number 4. We just have team number 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 teams only. That's very good. Congratulations. I'm going to create 3 teams, which is team 1, team 2, team 3, and then you will have team 4, and then you will have the team space, okay? You will have a team forum and also have a team wiki space for learning contract number 3. That's very good. Now you can always come back to this teacher's message, and then I'm going to copy this and create one that is called team pairing informations. And it's week number 8. So that will be good, very good indeed. So you do have the teaming informations in week number 8, which is going to be for 3 weeks' time. So let me make sure that the numbers are right. Okay, now, the next thing you need to do according to our teacher's message, as you can see from here, now that I would like to give you time, you have finished using the first 15 minutes. Today is a little bit special. We do not have team by team sharing, but now you have 20 minutes time on each team, okay, when you come together, to have the first meeting. You have the first meeting. And in this 20 minutes of the first meeting, you need to help your team member understand your personal proposal, okay, your personal proposal, which you submit in the first learning contract. So see, you need to go with your team member, okay? From now on, you need to sit with your team member. And then, may I invite the 2 gentlemen to move here, because you need to talk with your team members, to introduce to you the personal proposal. Now, this team is very special. They have 6 members because they're 3 pair. So in terms of personal proposal, you have 6 already. And then you have 3 pair proposals. You have 9 proposals to select 1 for your learning contract. So this is a very interesting team, all right? So the way to do it, it's very simple. This is something you have to do. If this is too small, you can actually put 2 tables together. But if you think it's okay, it's fine. Now, each person in your table take turns. Use not more than 3 minutes to introduce to your table member your personal proposal, which includes the name, 3 respective questions, and 3 related references, plus a short paragraph of 200 words which tells why it's important. Okay? So you just have to follow this procedure, and normally for a 4-person team, it takes about 20 minutes. Okay? 3 minutes for each one. At the end of this, 3 minutes is 12 minutes. And then you ask questions. It's about 20 minutes. And for your, it's 30 minutes. Okay? So, and for this 3-person, it may be very good enough in 30 minutes because you're only 3. So this is your first teamwork in doing the discussion. We do not need you to determine which proposal to select today because it may not be the right time. But you still have the time. When you come back on Thursday, you must select 1 problem
for your learning contract number 3's PBL, okay? Remember, the theme is problem-based learning. So go ahead, talk about yourself. You do not need a lot of things. If you have to tab, it's so much better. You can also to your member, your proposal. Go ahead, okay? You have at most 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop you when it is 3:50. Help yourself. You need to do the following. What? No, you're doing it right here at this stage, okay? Because from now on, for 3 weeks, each class is going to work this way. The first 10 minutes, teachers briefing. The second 15 minutes, you have 15 minutes to organize yourself. You just did it in terms of forming your team. Now, the 30 to 40 minutes to discuss about yourself. The next class, you need to do a 10 minutes sharing on the whole team or members of the team do it to inform the whole class what you have been planning. For example, the topic you choose to be your problem. So right now, you have to do in this 30 to 40 minutes time, introduce to your table member your personal proposal submitted in the first learning contract. Okay? Because you need to discover, or better say, choose a problem to do in the first learning contract. And you have 6 persons here, means each one of you has already submitted one personal proposal. And you need to introduce your personal proposal. Okay? And each person not use more than 3 minutes time to do it. So help your table member to understand your proposal. Okay? You have to do it. Excuse me.
very important that we got back the microphone. So you have to make sure that you have a chance of listening to your members' proposal very briefly. And then the next step is to do voting. Okay, the voting to select the proposal. Yeah. Okay, here I got back the microphone. My students now is discussing about themselves. Particular teams have been formed, which problem they would like to work on. And these are supposed to be selected among the personal proposals they submitted at the end of the first learning contract. And today, since they have the extensions up to this Friday to submit the pair proposals, so actually it does not matter. They could not select a problem today, but they at least have to start up discussing the possible problems. They have to select one. And hopefully by next class they could get the job done. And I'm giving them time to discuss among themselves or to understand what proposals are on the table at this point. Okay? You have 10 more minutes to listen to your fellow members' personal proposals, ideas. It's very important that you have some idea of what's on your table before you proceed to the decisions, the voting process, which is going to take place on Thursday, okay? Yes, yes. That's very good. You become so quiet, you finish discussing about the topics. All right, very good. First day, you're going to do a voting because now you have 4 persons or 5 persons, right? So you have 5 pieces of paper, and then you do mark on each piece of paper once a name. And then since today you heard something about the 24th on Friday, you do the voting into 5, select 4 and 5, and then once you got 4, you select 3 from 4. You got 2 from 3. It takes about 10 minutes time to do all of it. That means you will never know which one is going to be champion until you finish all the eliminations step by step. So it helped a lot. This is a democratic process, but also it's a little long-winded process. Okay. On the first day, you're going to do a voting on which particular part to choose. Now you have the list. What? Okay. Maybe on first day I talk about it's okay. Voting, not dating, all right? So you have one person you're missing two Vicky and and so you need to do the voting on the first day, which topic to choose, okay? You have an issue. Yeah, and then the whole team to work on that topic. Beside the material, you need to do just like the second learning contract. Because the third learning contract is one problem to do it. And then same set of materials in the second half. Yes, but that topic you need to discuss. The topic, look for OIA of the topic, OP you need to do it, and then you need to write a report, and then complete block. On top of that, you need to do week 8, week 9, week 10, just like this. But two days. Team is okay, pairs so the individuals also in principle. It depends on how you sign up. If you say for team, it's team, for pair, it's pair. Looks like we have one sign up today, right? Let me double check. If no, then it's okay. Oh no, we do not have any sign up for today. It's okay. But definitely, starting from this week, in every class, based on the format that I introduced, each team will have 10 minutes time to share, okay? That means each member in your team, definitely, that is your sharing time, okay? As long as you share half of this 10 minutes, you will have to score, so don't miss it. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Each team, starting from this week, actually including this class, if you do not feel comfortable doing today, it's okay. But starting from first day, you will have 10 minutes time each team to share. And if you have a portion of the sharing, it's your personal in-class participation score. Okay, so don't miss it, and then you can put this on in your towards the end of semester in-class participation list, and you can earn your scores. All right, so it's very important, particularly when you help your team to share in class on what your topic is, what your problem is, what you have to do in your meetings. All right. Okay, since it's now 3:50 almost, I want to make sure that you have some basic introductions on problem-based learning essentials. So allow me to show you very basics here. Here we go. Let me show you this video on problem-based learning. watch 3 minutes video on the process of problem-based learning in class. So what is expected of you after this first class is when you gather again in the next class, you need to learn the importance of the first 15 minutes. So you need to know who is doing what in your team, who's the coordinator, who's the secretary, who's the inspector, and who's the follow-up. And you must learn to play this role so that each one of you in your team has a role to play and information to contribute towards the problem you're going to work with. So the first thing you need to work on is the problem identified. Okay, that's why you need to introduce to one another in your table what your problem is and select one. Now in the first learning contract, you have one problem to work with. And how do you work with a problem? Very simple. Collectively, you need to do the journal for the problem, the observations, the interpretations, and the applications. The whole team need to concentrate on the problem, on going through this process. And then you need to do discussions on the individual's OIA, and then you come up with the discussions report. Okay? Finally, your perspective on the problem with your block. Basically, the same set of material, but from a collective point of view and from your individual point of view. And since you have to go through week number 8, week number 9, and week number 10, and each one of these weeks has this reading list, in the third learning contract, you also need to do something similar to the second learning contract, but with the advantage of, instead of a personal work, this time, the 3 topics that you need to discuss are done on the pair basis. So in your team, you have 2 pairs. Each pair need to finish discussing 3 topics. Not each individual has to finish discussing 3 topics. So it's largely on the pair. Okay? And on the journal, it's so much better because you just have to select one week's journal to submit, and the number of topics in the journal will be shared among the team member. So if you have 6 persons in this team and only 2 questions in the journal, that means 4 you do not need to do anything. Or you can do it this way. Each topic done by 3 students. Okay? Like this. It's very up to you. It's flexible. Okay? So there are good things about coordinations. There are also bad things. The bad thing is if you do not coordinate well, there could be a lot of people who do not need to do anything. Or there could be someone who has to do very hard. Okay? So you need to have this experience. But I think it's good for you to learn that. I will give you this video one more time next class to let you watch the process. Who is going to take charge of what first in your table, then your table member come to do the sharing, and then listen to the sharing of file and go back and continue work within your table. And as a teacher, I need to help you to get comfortable with the process. You must learn how to get things done in class. Don't bring it home and start doing it. Start it in class and get it done at home. Okay? That will be much more efficient. Now I'm going to stop here today for today's class. Remember, your job in the first day's class is you have to choose one problem to stick onto it for the remaining 3 weeks. And the way to do this choosing is to do a voting process. And the method of doing this voting process is already in the teacher's message released yesterday. So make sure you get online, read the teacher's message carefully. And so when you come back this first day, the mission is you can finish selecting a problem. Okay? So that's it for today. So that's it for today's class, CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life in day number 14, week number 8.